Hey guys, Sean with Team Black Sheep here. So we're going to be going over some KP8 USPs and how to break them down, clean them, just basic usage. Right here we have the KP8. This is the older model. It's really simple. I'm going to be getting into my match pistol, which is what I use, but it's going to be more or less the same breakdown. Really simple. Just take the mag out. You're going to pull back the slide right where it lines up with the slide catch, like that. Then you're going to take something small, if you can not get it out with your fingers, but pop it out like that. I'm doing this really slow so you guys can just get a good idea. And then see where that came out of. And then just make sure that the hammer's all the way back and then just slide it forward. And then what you're going to do is, I over grease my guns, but I'd rather be safe than sorry, is just, I use liquid grease, and then I would just grease here, like just a dab, there, and there, for where the actual slide goes. Then for the moving parts, like the trigger assembly, and then even on the spring on the inside, it's kind of hard to see with that, but you get the idea. I would use spray silicone and then just a little bit there. The one thing you want to watch out with the USPs, KP8, whatever brand, the spring that allows the slide catch to go back and forth will tend to lock back even when there's ammo inside, or at least that's the issue I've had with mine. All you have to do is make sure that's in there correctly, and you'll learn as you go. It's just something you have to pick up once you've owned the pistol long enough and understand how it works. But same thing, to put it back together. Oh, and before you do that, I silicone everything. If you want to get your air nozzle and everything, you can do that as well. You can pull this forward, get all in there. You want a good seal. It's the same with an air nozzle, with an electric gun. You want a good seal, get your FPS, nothing being faulty. But after you've sprayed everything, like you just want your gun clean. So make sure it's clean, lube it up enough. It should work. And then you just would put it back together, slide it on, make sure that hammer's back when you're doing it, and then get this locked right there so that the slide catch will go back in nice and easy, and then your gun's fine. And then this is already clean, so it should be a really slick and clean movement. And then as for mags, just so you guys can, if you're having leaks with your mags, it's usually just a loose fill valve or something simple. In most mags you'll do like this. There's going to be a little pin going back with the spring. You're just going to push that down, slide it off, and then it's going to catch on the second one where the fill valve would go in. Just push that down and in. Okay, so there's your fill valve. There's going to be two little flathead parts. It all depends what brand you have, but for most mags, you're going to have this. There's going to be two little flathead pieces in there. You could either take two little flatheads and turn them both to the same side, or both clockwise. Be careful not to strip it. I've done that before with my G39, put a reinforced fill valve on that, but just, if it feels tight enough, don't. If it's hand tight, that's more than enough. But if you're an overachiever, you can put a little silicone here. If you're using propane, I would definitely recommend that. You want to make sure, because propane doesn't have silicone mixed in, to have some, put some in there. If you're having issues with this type of, with the gas release, tightening that's a pain with just two flatheads. So what I recommend, if you can pick up a gas tool, that'd be easier, but I did it really cheap and bought a flathead and filed it down, which took a long time because this is steel, but this was like an $8 flathead at Ace. So it's up to you. If you can find the gas tool, I'd highly recommend that. But then if you guys need some in-depth videos of how to actually open up the mag entirely, clean it and whatnot, then I'll definitely put up more of that. But then same, you just push the spring guide button back in, and then it would fit like that accordingly. And that's your basic breakdown and cleaning and maintenance of the KP8 USP.